Welcome, everyone. It's Michael Dotterer, and I'm on the dot. What a great day it is. It's Monday, December 27th, and I'm listening to my friend Imani Val Ortiz, and she is on a station that I want to share with everyone. If you ever want to go to her station, it's 22.3 Takeover Las Vegas. 22.3 Takeover Las Vegas. Congratulations to the Raiders. Big win against the Broncos. And they still got a chance to go to the playoffs. So keep up that great work. And this portion of On the Dot's been brought to you by Euphoria and by Club Nirvana and by Zodian. Zodian, if you don't know what your Zodian is, you can go to Zodian.com. I'm a Pegasus. Robin Williams was a Pegasus. Mark Twain was a Pegasus. Will Rogers was a Pegasus. And what a Pegasus is basically it's an easy way to remember the Myers-Briggs typology. So Pegasus is ENFP. So there you have it. And we've got a special guest coming on, a friend of mine that I've known, gosh, it's probably 20 plus years. He started in TV, radio, and now he's in New York City, and he's doing some great things, and we're going to bring him on in a few minutes here. But before we bring him on, we'd like to start off with our birthday wishes. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas a few days ago, and we're all excited to get into the new year. It's going to be 2022, that's an exciting, very exciting time. 2022 is going to be a great year for all of you because, and I hope that everyone's listening, as many people are listening to this as possible, because it is the year of you. It's truly, if you look back at the history of the United States, the rugged individual. And many times it's hard. I remember studying in school, it's hard to pick yourself up if you don't have, they say pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, if you don't have any boots, it's hard to pick yourself up. Well, let me tell you, there's some great things that are happening. And if 2021 was a tough year for you, I have no doubt that 2022 will be the best year of your life. I truly believe that. I understand what it's like to be in the dumps. I've been there, and I'm just so excited about this new year, and I hope you are as well. So we started off with a birthday wish. We've got 1 minute before our guest comes on. We've got a few birthdays. This weekend, a few of my friends had birthdays. Gene Dow in Orinda, California had a birthday. Dave Wasick, former San Jose State Hall of Famer and Kansas City Chiefs. He's happy about his Chiefs. They're doing well. Ricky Henderson, the great baseball player from the Oakland A's, had a birthday this weekend. Ken Stabler, who's up in heaven, his birthday was this weekend. My friend Kathy Parrish, happy birthday, Kathy. Philip Heald, Ricky Miller, Linda Kemby from Stanford, happy birthday. Rod Sherman, one of the great receivers from the Raiders back in the 60s, and a USC Trojan, happy birthday, Rod. Ann Hayashi's birthday. Deborah Earhart, another Stanford Cardinal. Deborah, I think she's in Hawaii, happy birthday. And Keith Ogden, another Cardinal brother, finance wizard, happy birthday, Keith. Catherine Trimber, Nina Canwood, Coach Chuck Denson from Edison High School, happy birthday. And Darcy Knoll, who's up here in New York, in Rochester, happy birthday, Darcy. Sunday was Kwanzaa Day, and yesterday's birthday was, let me see here, Kitty Smith's birthday, happy birthday, Kitty. Willie Howard, one of the great defensive lineman in Stanford football history, went on to the Minnesota Vikings and now is coaching. He's in Minnesota doing great work with kids at a high school in Minnesota. Happy birthday weekend to Willie Howard. And Christy Dotseth, happy birthday. She's now with the great company out of San Diego, the golfing Callaway. She works for Callaway. And Kenny Davis, I coached Kenny at St. Mary's College. Happy birthday, Kenny. I think Kenny's with what is it? What's the company? The company that not Zoom. It's the company you can look up real estate. Happy birthday, Kenny. So, any event, here is today's birthdays. Ginny Hubbard, the wife, the best half of Marv Hubbard. Ginny, happy birthday. Uh, Sandy Wing, happy birthday, Sandy. I worked with Sandy at Acura. Happy birthday, Sandy. One of the great Giants, Randy Manier. Actually, Randy was a Packer, played for Vince Lombardi. Randy Manier. Rosalind Bennett's birthday, Randy Kirk. James Larritz, one of the great New York Yankees. I sent him a birthday card today. Happy birthday, Jim. I think he's down in Florida. And my good friend Margie O'Neill in New York City, happy birthday. Keith Burcham, former teammate defensive back who's out there in California. Happy birthday, Keith. So there you have it. And let me see if we're going to get Charles on. And if he doesn't come on, we can talk about a few things, because we could talk about whatever you want to talk about, but we can. Let me just get Charles here, see if he's coming on here. Okay. See, this is where, as we grow, we'll probably have someone that helps get our guests on. This is the busiest week ever for On the Dot. We've got a whole week of people coming on, and you really, because we live in this busy world, people are busy and they get caught up in conversations. And let's see if he's there. Charles Cantu. Hey, Charles, I'm waiting for you, brother.
I'm waiting for you. It says, please wait for the host to start the meeting.
No, you know what? Okay. I thought I sent you an email. I'm going to send you an email at StreamYard. So let me do this. I'm going to send you an email right now. Yeah, go to StreamYard. Okay. Okay. We're waiting for you, brother. Okay. Yeah, bye. Yep, that's Charles. Yeah, it's confusing because what I'm using here, just to let everyone know, Calendly is a great product, and they're getting free promotion by me saying Calendly. But I use Calendly, and Calendly works well with Zoom. It doesn't integrate as well, I don't think, with StreamYard. So, any event, that's that. That's here nor there. So what we do is we set up our meetings via Zoom, and then I'll send out a invitation via StreamYard. So Charles Cantu's our guest. He's coming on right now, and I'm going to go to his LinkedIn. Let's see if he comes on here. Let me tell you a little bit about Charles before he comes on here. As I mentioned, I met Charles, about 20 years ago, and he was working for, I think it was ABC in San Francisco. And let's see here. Let me look. Let me go down to the bottom. Here we go. He was working, and I don't know if it says here. Well, he could tell you, he was working with ABC, with one of the big networks in the Bay Area. And now he is the founder of Reset Digital. And there he is. Let me bring him on. Hey, Charles, how are you, brother?
I'm fantastic. How you doing, brother?
Good. For some reason, I can't hear your mic. I mean, I can barely hear you.
How's that? Any better?
Actually, you might want to put on some headsets or ear, because for some reason they can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's okay. It's you know what? We're not. What's great about this is, we're being spontaneous. We're being authentic, transparent, because we don't have millions of dollars backing this. It's you see what you get, or you get what you see, and
all right, and
it's all a learning process. I think 10 years from now it'll even go smoother, and it's really a great time that we live in. Charles, you want to test it now? Testing?
Yeah, how's that?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe it's let me just see. Maybe it's my speaker. Oh, there you go. Okay, it was me. Can I hear you now? Charles? Oh, nope. You muted. Let me unmute you. There we go. I'll mute you. Your mic's muted. You just muted your mic. Yep. Your mic's muted. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to unmute you. That's interesting. Gosh, yeah, Charles, your mic's muted. He'll reconnect. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on right now. Well, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is $51,557. It's going up, up, up. I'm telling you. And I love it. It's not, I've been saying it's going to be 100,000 by the end of the year, and people say, "Oh, you're crazy." Well, it hasn't been the end of the year yet. And it's truly, I was on a call this morning. It was called Clubhouse, and very exciting. There's people out there that have never saved money. I was one of them a couple of years ago. It was the first time I really started saving and doing what Warren Buffett learned 60 years ago, which is called, I'm going to call it Bitcoin averaging, because Bitcoin is what we're doing. Bitcoin averaging. They call it dollar cost averaging, but I'm going to call it Bitcoin averaging, which is just take a little bit every week, buy a little Bitcoin, and you become the bank. That's what's exciting. We are living in a day and age where you become the bank. And if you want to see a great movie, Ryan Reynolds has a great movie called Free Guy. And for some of my baby boomer friends out there, they'd probably say, "Oh, that's crazy. I don't understand it." Well, you might have to watch the movie 2 or 3 times to get it. But at the end of the movie, there's a message about you become the bank. And here he comes. Charles is back on. Charles,
you there? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, brother. Hey, Charles, we were just talking about Bitcoin. Let me ask you, do any of your clients pay you in Bitcoin with Reset Digital?
No, and
not yet.
I know a gentleman who does receive payments in Bitcoin, and I wish they did.
Well, they will. It's coming, Charles. So anyway, I'm going to start. I've been talking for 12 minutes. Look at that. Who? Mike Dodder could talk for 20 minutes or 12 minutes? Huh. You know what, Charles? I had an epiphany. And what I want to do on the dot is I want to ask you just one question. And then I want you to just talk as long as you want. We don't break for commercials. We did our little spiel at the beginning. And I just want you to talk until you say, "Hey, Dot, I'm back to you, Dot." So with that, I was telling everybody before you got on that we met over 20 years ago, I believe, and you were working, or it was almost 20 years ago. You were working with ABC Radio. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So KGO, this is the #1 ranked station. I don't know if it's ranked #1 anymore, but it certainly was for many, many decades. Mickey Luckoff ran that operation. And then KSFO, which when I got there was, I think, the 14th or 15th ranked station. It was, so we had liberal and Republican talk. And then KMKY, we launched that in the market. So we had Radio Disney in its infancy and brought that to fruition. So it was a crazy ride, but yeah, that was well over 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah, well, time flies when you're having fun, and I just want to let you talk about how you've gone from the radio TV world to what you're doing with Reset Digital as the founder. And I know you're working on some amazing new technologies to help people, help companies. So with that, maybe you could just talk about, where you've been, where you are today, and where you see the future of Reset Digital and the future of your industry.
Sure. So the ABC radio came by happenstance, meaning I went to what they call the Star Party in the Bay Area, and the Society for Television and Radio, Star Party. And I met a guy named Greg Nemitz, who is a longtime mentor of mine, and I'm always a huge, huge fan of him. I think he runs the intercom stations in the market now. But back then he was running KSFO, and he pitched me on taking on a radio gig. I was there hoping to take on a television gig or to be discovered. And ultimately, that never really happened. And I went to work for radio after talking to the TV folks who said, you got to do print or radio before we'll even let you in the door. And did that for 4 or 5 years. And we did some of the first, I was always, technical nerd, and moved and migrated towards everything digital and mobile, and so, as because you were running a mobile company at the time, and went ahead and transitioned from radio, created some of the first GIS software applications. We called it Bay Area Homes Pages. So it was literally Google Maps for home search, or I forget what they call the one that they're using now. But we did that. We did some of the first arbitrage ad networks with Yahoo Shopping back in the day. And we just made a lot of money, had a lot of fun. And then I decided I want to learn television and moved to New York. And from there, worked for a company that's now called Ampersand, and migrated from learning TV to, again, all the digital and advanced ad products, which was interactive television, video on demand, mobile, addressable TV, you name it. We sold all of those. We taught Microsoft how to watermark the Nielsen for Nielsen ratings on the Xbox platform. And then I went to, they thought I was crazy, but I went to a startup called Media Math to learn this thing called programmatic advertising. And that turned out to be a really good bet. And a couple years into that, they angel invested into a business that I started called Huddled Masses. I subsequently created another business called Colossus. Both of them are live today. I sold them over 3 years ago now. And really wanted to reinvent what marketing is from a digital and programmatic standpoint. We created Reset Digital with the help of a pretty amazing board of directors and advisors. But now we're really taking off. Our largest client is Procter & Gamble. We're working with the likes of, Newsweek and Crackle and others. And it's a really, really exciting time. And we can talk about what we're doing. But yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Well, it's exciting. I mean, you're working with the big boys. I mean, Procter & Gamble, I think, has been around since 1830 something or whatever.
Yeah, and they do it right. Since the pandemic hit, they've been, doubling their budgets, and you're watching their market share climb. And then you look across the hall at Coca-Cola, who shut down their budgets, and you're watching their market share decline. So, there's a right way and a wrong way to weather these storms. And we're working with the folks that are leaning in, which is really exciting.
Yeah, well, I think, as many people might know, Procter & Gamble is headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's my father played for the Cincinnati Redlegs back then, and the people I know, something interesting about this country here. When you get close to that Mississippi River, when someone shakes your hand, and it's a deal, and you got to take your hat off to Procter & Gamble. And let me ask you, I've always thought, and this. About this, Charles, because I've been professing this for years, that we're moving toward what I call a sharing economy. And if I like a product, like, for example, what's the number one selling product for Procter & Gamble?
I think arguably Tide or Swiffer.
Okay. And you know what? I have both. I have I use Tide for my detergent, and I have there's my Swiffer right here. I think this is it. There's my Swiffer.
There you go. That's it.
There it is. Now, and I know Procter & Gamble may not need to do this, but if I love my Swiffer, and I just love it so much, and my next door neighbor here is it's cleaning, and I said, "Hey, have you tried the Swiffer?" And they say, "Oh, really? Yeah. Well, how could I get it?" If I had a little barcode on my Swiffer here, and with the phone, I mean, I'm just hoping someday. And because I'm basically selling for Procter & Gamble. And they said, "Well, where do I get it?" "Oh, just take a QR code on that, the Swiffer handle." And then they order it, and it comes delivered, whatever way it delivers. But there's a way where P&G rewards sharing. Do you see that ever happening?
I think that's certainly a possibility, especially in today's, they call it GDPR and CCPA and all the data governance that's happening in our industry. consumer value exchange for data certainly could be a play. And if you look at what you're talking about, you're essentially saying I'm the influencer, right? I'm the word of mouth agent, and I want to be compensated for that. And there can be a value exchange that takes place. And so, I can't speak for Procter and Gamble, but it certainly seems like something that can be done and something that I might want to play with. So we can talk about that offline.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Reset Digital could give me like a little banner here. It'll be a little Swiffer, like a little guy coming across.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's data exchange, right? And you're talking about Bitcoin, but whatever the Mike Dotter or ID is, and how you can, it's kind of like multi-level marketing, which I know you know a little bit about. But either way, it's how do the big brands participate that on a value exchange, in addition to the ways that they're participating with influencers of nano and micro and mid-level and even star level.
Well, there's two companies that I want to share with you, Charles. I'd love to see Reset Digital help two companies that have helped me in the last couple of years. Because people look at me and they say, "Gosh, Mike, how old are you?" And I say, "Well, take a guess." And most people say, "Well, what are you, 49 or whatever?" I say, "Nope, I'm 61 and I don't have any hair left," just like you. But I let them know that the last 2 years, this company Euphoria, which is out of McKinney, Texas, and the company Club Nirvana, which is out of Granite Bay, California. These two companies, I think, could benefit from what you're doing with Reset Digital. Do you have a minimum? Obviously, Procter and Gamble is a multi-billion-dollar company. What's the smallest company that you work with, Charles?
So we do work with really small companies. We do it through a subsidiary of ours called REIGN, REIGN. You won't find a website, but essentially they're value-added resellers of Reset, and they'll work with folks that are as small as a few $100s to $1,000 a month. We have a platform that allows them to kind of manage, all of your ad campaigns, your spend, and have access to what the elite have. We believe that things should be democratized and accessible.
Absolutely. And, that's why I think, Charles, that's why when we first met, what you just said, that just resonates with me. And I'm sure there's thousands of people, millions of people out there what you just said about democratize. How could you say that one more time? That's so powerful.
Just to have things, elite technology democratized as well as accessible to all, right? So it's not just the elite.
Yep. That's the key. And by the way, I'm just trying to I'm putting up here Reset Digital, and you're going to see at the bottom of your screen a little banner that's going to show you here. I'm just going to click show, and there we go. For more information, go to, oh, that's not it. I'm sorry. That's a different one. Let me hide that one. Let me click this one. No, that's not one. Well, you know what? Here, hold on. I got it. Here, I'll just put the there it is. There's the link. There we go. Should come across.
That's it.
Well, is that it?
Yeah. I don't know if you need a www or not, but that's certainly it.
Let's see if it comes across here. I'm just going to click it one more time. Is it coming across?
It's static, but that works.
Oh, it's static. Well, okay. Well, resetdigital.co. I like that. .co.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, someone else had the .com, and we weren't going to pay that much, so we went ahead and took it down. And quite frankly, we're redoing the website now, so there's not a lot you can click through and find out where our origin story is and kind of what we built and where we started. But there's not a lot in regard to where we are now. I can send a video that you can share with your viewers, or if there's a way to share this, I can play it. But yeah, we're moving on.
Yeah, well, to let everyone know, I mean, Charles is to see him go from when I met him to where he is now, you're going to hear, I mean, Charles will be on the cover of the top marketing magazines. And if you're a small little company or a large multinational company, you definitely want to go to resetdigital.co. OnTheDot.co, and they can there's a way where they can communicate with you if they want to help.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that page is designed for, to put in a form. I'm very secretive when I'm in the lab. I don't like people to know what we're up to. We stay stealth mode, and that essentially keeps the followers with big budgets and pockets from copying and trying to jump shark us. So,
well, there it is. That's now I put it in big writings, right? Go to Reset Digital. Hey, you know what? If I can do it, anyone can. So, final thing, what we do, Charles, is we want you to have the final word here. You get to go out. So I'm not going to say another word, but what would the New Year's message be for you and for all the people that are listening? What would be that message, and how can you help them? So, and I want to thank you so much, Charles, for coming on, and wishing you and your family a very happy rest of the holiday and happy New Year. So you got the last word, Charles.
Right back at you, brother, and happy birthday again, because we talked over our birthdays. But yeah, I mean, in regard to how we help folks, we deliver results from marketing and advertising. That's what we do. We take a different approach, hence the fancy logo in the background. What we're able to do is boil down creative into its neurocognitive and emotional signal, meaning what will resonate in that creative with different types of people, and match it contextually to the environments that ad asset is placed, meaning your ad, your banner, your commercial, your radio spot, and make sure that it's in the right environment to get the absolute best result. And then we have some really fancy data and cognitive stuff that we can do. We do it for influencers. We do it for radio. We do it for television, traditional connected TV, fast channel, all the new stuff. So depending on what you are trying to achieve, usually you're in business to make money, and that's what we help people do.